White. He said she was the most amazing, hardworking person he's ever met, and she couldn't do. There's nothing more he could even think about that she wasn't good at, honestly. And then when I actually first met Miss White, I met her at I think 8th grade, like a field day type jazz thing we were doing, and she was so kind, like so opening, and she was so opening, allowing us to join her jazz program. I'm so thankful for that. And then also in symphonic band, she has to do it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. If I was like, man, y'all, they would have gotten it by now. I'm not gonna lie. But that's what makes Miss White Miss White. She builds a community around her, and that's like the most important thing I've learned from Miss White. That building community is gonna help you through life and through everything that goes on. So thank you, Miss White.
I'm Bello, and I have a few things to say about Miss White and some jokes, you know. But I'll have little to say. But first time I ever met Miss White was around sophomore year, and she taught jam instead of Cicero teacher jam. And she was nothing but kind to me, even though I was terrible. I was the worst. But hey, she was open, and it was very welcoming to go into the jazz program, and she's just very sweet. And you know, she deals with a lot of things, like the symphonic trumpets are so great and obedient. Of course. But yeah, that's. Do y'all want to hear a cow joke? Yeah! What is a cow's favorite genre of music? Miss White is a great director, and best of all time, top 5 directors. We love Miss White.
Well, I've always heard of Miss White from my dad, playing gigs with her, and I've only heard good things about her, and all it was true. I got into first edition sophomore year, thankfully, and we got to go to Midwest. It was awesome. It's in Ellington last year, which was phenomenal. I also want to thank Mr. Lynch and Mr. Posey for giving me a firm foundation in 7th and 8th grade and 6th grade. And then I want to thank Cicero for JB3 my freshman year, and Mr. Patrick for symphonic wins the past 2 years, and Ms. Munson for marching band. And yeah, thank you, Ms. White.
I'm Lucas. Like Tyler, I want to start off by thanking Mr. Lynch and Mr. Posey for giving me such a strong foundation that I would not be the player I am today without you guys, so thank you. I also want to thank Mr. Cicero for such a good experience in JB3. If you hadn't believed me and trusted me, putting me on Mary, like I had no experience doing anything at all, and you trusted me in that position, and I'm so grateful for it. I want to thank Mr. Fishy too and Ms. Munson for the care they have for their students. They care so much, and it shows in how much they believe in you and they trust in you. And Ms. White, like all the other people I mentioned in 8th grade, when you played with us at Bumpus for like the Jazz in the Courtyard thing or whatever, you were so kind. You were so good at your instrument. You're one of the best saxophone players I've heard in my whole life. And I just want to thank you. I've been so blessed and honored to have Ms. White be a part of my day every single day for the past 4 years. And I'm so lucky to have had that honor. And all the times that Jay and Ryan are talking music theory, and then somehow I get in trouble. But through all those times, she cares so much. She cares about the things that she teaches, and she's just so kind. I love Ms. White.
So I want to open with a quote that has stuck with me for the past few years. It's from a woman named Anna Hassler, She said, "I'm a mosaic of everyone I've ever loved, even for a heartbeat." And that statement has meant so much to me over the past few years, because when you look at all the amazing staff faculty that we have here, Ms. White, thank you, Mr. Fitzpatrick, Mr. Cicero, Ms. Munson, thank you, Mr. Fonder, even though he's not here, thank you, Mr. Melton, for filling huge shoes, and I want to thank Mr. Lynch and Mr. Posey as well, if you're out there, but you never forget where you came from, man, but I think that kind of like Fitchy says all the time, especially in marching band, the stuff that we're learning here, it's stuff that we're going to carry here. We're going to carry for our whole lives, and I just think it would be an understatement to say that I'm thankful for everything that you've done for us, Ms. White. I want to thank my amazing parents for being here. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. Yeah, there it is. I want to thank the best grandparents that anyone could ever ask for, and for my uncle and my little cousin Erica for being here. I appreciate you all for being here to experience this this art form, what jazz is. At its core, it's a conversation. It's not, you call it playing a solo. You come up here and you blowing the house down, but it's like, it's more than that. It's built by the rhythm section, your drums, your bass. I wouldn't be able to do what I do as a soloist, as a band member, without all my amazing peers here with me. So I'm so grateful for getting to learn alongside with them from the best teacher anyone could ask for. So, and I'd also like to thank Mr. Wycliffe Gordon for being here. Man, I just gotta say, I told you this yesterday, it's the most I've learned in a short amount of time when I was in Gold Band with you last year. I'm just super appreciative of the influence that you've had on me as a musician and as a person. So, yeah, sorry. I just got a small list here of people I want to thank, but yeah, thank you so much, Ms. White, for the past 4 years, and yeah, thank you. Jay.
I just want to start with, Lucas is lying. I would never do anything I'm not supposed to in music theory. But no, seriously, I think I've had the privilege to be in your band for the past 4 years. I was in symphonic first 2 years, and I've been in jam in first edition. I just think it's one of the best experiences I've had. I think that it's really not something like I can put into words like how grateful we are for you, and I know this goes for everybody. But I think you've been like a huge inspiration to not just me, but to everybody as a musician, but as a person too. And I think that the way you like no matter what's going on in your life, you're able to put a smile on and just make everybody's days better. I think it's really like it's just an honor to be a part of your program and with everything you built. So thank you.
All right. So, this is my 3rd year in first edition. This is my 6th year in the jazz program at Hoover. I started at the end of 6th grade, and it was kind of in the morning before school started. Before I talk about Miss White, I have a few people I want to shout out. I want to shout out Mr. Lynch and Dr. Posey for being incredibly important to me all throughout middle school. I want to shout out my dad for raising me in a household where I was always surrounded by music and encouraged to play music whenever I wanted to. I know these two people are not here. I want to thank you, Mr. Chris Moore and Mr. Fondren, for teaching me a lot of stuff. And I want to thank Mr. Melton. I forgot what I was going to say, hang on. I've met people over the years that don't go to Hoover, but that play music and they kind of quit or don't like it because they're like, yeah, I didn't have the best teacher, and that kind of didn't I didn't want to pursue playing. And I can confidently say every single person up here absolutely loves playing music because we have the best teacher that makes us want to keep playing. And thank you for growing such a strong program for almost 40 years. I mean, everybody up here, I've made some of the best friends I've ever had in my entire life through the Hoover Jazz program. And I just want to say thank you.
I'm Austin Brantley. I've not known Miss White very well, but I've heard many legendary stories of her all the way since 6th grade class, Miss Debbie Sims. And all I've ever heard about Miss White is that she's the nicest, sweetest, most kind person you'll ever meet, and she motivates her students to work hard and work as hard as they can. And I'm not saying I'm bad or anything, but they push me to my best, and I'm good-ish. I just want to thank Mrs. White and two other people who aren't here right now, Mr. Chambliss and Mr. Fondren. Those were really big inspirations for me and helped me not quit band when I was a little unconfident in middle school. And thank you, Mr. Melton, Mr. Cicero, Mr. Fitchie, and Ms. Munson. Y'all are all great teachers, and you helped me pursue my musical career. Love you, Ms. White. Thank you.
Hi guys. I've never had Miss White for a jazz class, so all I've heard is that she is one of the best, if not the best teacher in the state of Alabama for jazz. She's always pushed her students to be the best, and I can say that's true. I had her for symphonic band back in my sophomore year, and I don't think I learned as much this year being in winds as I did in her class. And I want to thank her for always teaching the best way possible and not yelling at me and Grayson in AP Music Theory last year for running our mouths and hitting a drum. I'd also like to thank Mr. Cicero for not giving up on me the day that I didn't work a shift at the Invitational. And I'd also like to thank Mr. Fitchie for letting me step up and be in leadership this year and really put myself out there and being just a great conductor in winds. And I'd also like to thank Ms. Munson for being so supportive of everyone always. And I'd like to thank my parents for always being the best cheerleaders. Thank you, Ms. White.
Hello. I'm Grayson, if you didn't know. So the first time that I really ever got to experience being in a class with Miss White was my sophomore year when I was in symphonic band, and it was great. She's like the most amazing teacher I've probably ever that I can remember. And I remember that we would never stop talking in class, like ever. And she would always have to get on to us, but we know she still loved us, and she was gonna teach us and care for us every single day. And then the next year, my junior year, when I was first chair, I remember that I had a solo at every single performance that we had, and it was a great opportunity, and I thank you so much for that. And I thank all of the directors for really helping me get out of a place that I was in my freshman year. I was in a dark place, and Cicero, Mr. Fitchie, Miss Munson, and Miss White have all helped me become the person that I am today. And I thank all of y'all, and I credit y'all for what I'm doing now. So thank all of you, and thank you, Miss White.
Hello. Well, first off, I want to thank all of the directors for the 4 years I've been in this program. Y'all have all been amazing. Ms. Munson, even though you're a little new here, you've still been amazing throughout the 1 or 2 years. And Mr. Fitzpatrick, You've been an amazing supporter throughout that 4 years. Mr. Cicero, I've loved jazz band with you last year and my first year in the band. Y'all got mad at me and Grayson, but that's whatever. Miss White, the last 3 years have been amazing, being able to be in symphonic band with you, while Grayson and I have still acted up
Hi,
almost 2
my name
years.
is Maria. I have been in the jazz program in Hoover City Schools since 8th grade, and the first people that I can think of that I need to shout out are my parents, mom and dad. You guys have been my #1 supporters since day one, and you guys have been there for me, and thank you so much. To Mr. Posey and Mr. Lynch, thank you guys for helping me build that foundation that I needed to grow into the player I am today. And to Miss White, okay guys, to Miss White, even on days when I was feeling down and when I couldn't put a smile on my face, I come out of jazz band every single day without fail feeling better. And that is due to the environment of success and joy that you create. There's a reason that we're all doing this today. It's because we all can't express into our words alone how much we love you and appreciate you. And you have made a difference in so many people's lives, generations ago and even now, and generations to come. And I love you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello, hello. Okay, I'm gonna go off script real quick because I remembered a few more things. My name is Erin Briscoe. Hello, hello. Shout out to my mom and dad. I love you guys. Also, shout out to Mr. Key, who is my jazz band teacher at Simmons in the 6th grade. And I went into the audition room and I cried because I couldn't read bass clef. And then this man made me play bass clef for the entire year. And so now, yeah, it was nice in music theory when she's like, okay, this is how you read the staff lines. And I was like, yeah, I know this, I learned this. I wrote all this down, so like when I start crying, like I'll stay in place. So, yes. Okay, so I want to start out by saying thank you so much, Mrs. White, but also to Mr. Cicero and Mr. Fitchie, and also Miss Munson and Mr. Melton, and just all that you do for us. I'm also going to apologize in advance if this gets too long or if I start bawling. I have a lot of feelings. It's okay. Even though I've only been in the jazz program and playing with Jam for 2 years, I've been lucky enough to have gotten to experience the love and passion for this program over the past 4. I distinctly remember sitting in the band room my freshman year during the spring jazz concert and thinking to myself, if I'm crying this much now, if I ever do this, I would bawl my eyes out. And now, obviously, this time has come. I'm truly gonna miss your humor. And I love your cow jokes. They're so good. But I'm truly gonna miss your humor and passion for music as I head off to college. But I know that I will carry those with me as I move forward with my life. My favorite memories by far was when you were so focused on playing either Candy Crush or Wordscapes on your phone that you didn't hear Fitchie ask for bed. Well, ask for bed? And then he was like, Miss White, are you okay? And you were just like, oh, yeah, and then you started it. Yes. I will always cherish my memories with you backfield, along with the craziness that goes on in music theory, especially with Ryan, Lucas, and Jay. And to Mr. Cicero, like I said, thank you for not laughing at me too much when I came into your office crying at 7:30 a.m. my sophomore year, asking to join comp band. And also for pushing me out of my comfort zone with jazz. I will forever shudder if I hear the words improv and Friday together in a sentence ever again. And this has been sort of all over the place, but that just goes to show the extent of my ever-growing list of memories that I hold so dear from this program. Mrs. White, you've shown me and many others how to live through the music, but also how to embody family, dedication, determination, and sacrifice. I'm looking forward to becoming more like you as I grow up.
for about 7 years now, and in my last 2 years, I decided to join jazz band. And in these past 2 years, I've learned so much from Miss White, and I just want to thank her for everything she's done for us, and just all the opportunities that we get for playing at gigs. And I also want to thank all my previous directors, Mr. Cicero, Mr. Fitchie, and Miss Munson, and then also my middle school directors. So, thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mitchell King. I play the here, and about everybody knows I'm an old man and can't see, so I gotta take the glasses off. I know we're here to thank Miss White for her unwavering commitment to making us the best we can be, but we'll get there eventually. First, I want to thank my peers in First Edition itself. Thank y'all for coming in and working hard every single day. When we come into the jazz room, we put everything from the day behind us and give us the opportunity to make music with y'all, and I love it so much. I really appreciate that. I encourage all the underclassmen to cherish it because it hits you pretty fast that I'll probably never get to play in a group that good again, and it's hard. I thank y'all for that. Next, I want to thank my directors, Mr. Fitzpatrick, Mr. Cicero, and Miss White. Oh yeah, and Miss Munson too. We'll start with Mr. Fitchie. Mr. Fitzpatrick, thank you for showing me what outstanding leadership looks like for such a massive organization, for letting me use the conference room for interviews, and especially for jumping in on that last Navy interview to give me an impromptu recommendation. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to venture outside of jazz in concert band, expanding my chops, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. A lot of y'all don't know or weren't here for that, but I was in JV3 and Concert 1 my freshman year. Mr. Cicero, thank you for giving me a great freshman year. Showed me that no matter what, or no matter how good I thought I was, I had a whole lot to learn. Not just about jazz, but music in general. I remember on Improv Fridays, you'd show us with just one note, no matter how much we crammed into 4 measures, that we could always do better. My time in JV3 taught me so much, not just about myself, but about music too, and I wouldn't be the same horn player without it. Thank you, Mr. Cicero. Miss Munson, although our time was short, thank you for letting me use your speaker in sectionals every time we asked, just because everybody knows you can't hear a phone with more than 2 people playing. So thank you. And last, but most certainly not least, Miss White. Thank you for all that you've done for me. During the last 3 years, I've had the absolute joy of learning from you. Thank you for everything, the places you've taken us, the places that 99% of students will never get to go. But because we're your students, we're able to go succeed and do it at the highest level possible. Thank you for the people you provided us to play for, and well, play with and for. Most of these people only come because they know you're you, and because you're you, we have to be great. Thank you for all the little bits of encouragement when I feel like I'm just not getting the job done. Thank you for putting up with my terrible sight reading. We all remember the Frosty incident. That was the time. Because why were the notes so far apart? That is true. Thank you for everything. Thank you for caring about each and every one of us. You want us to succeed, not just on stage, but in our lives as well. Thank you, Ms. White, for everything.
Hey y'all, my name's Elijah Burns and I play trumpet here. I want to try and keep this short and sweet because I know y'all are tired, but it might not turn out that way. I remember the first time I ever played in a jazz band in person was All-State Jazz 7th grade year. I had no idea what I was doing. It took me 5 hours to learn a 32-bar written solo, so if that tells you something. I would first like to start off by thanking Dr. Posey and Mr. Lynch. Y'all really give me a love for music and for playing the trumpet those first couple of years. Thank y'all for bearing with me and for helping me grow as a musician. Thank you to my parents and my grandparents and Luke for bearing with me. During COVID, I had to practice at the house. I was just starting trumpet, so we all know how that goes. Thank y'all for putting up with me and putting up with my practice, because I've seen the videos. Thank you to my friends who push me to be my best every single day and for inspiring me by how good y'all are all the time. To Mr. Cicero, we've never actually had a class together, but it's been great getting to know you through football band and through comp band this past year. Miss Munson, thank you for always having a smile on your face, even when we couldn't. All those football practices, you're always there to help keep us going, and we always really appreciated that. Thank you to Mr. Fondren and Mr. Melton for always making the drum line so great. And for Mr. Joe Fox, my private lessons teacher, even though he couldn't be here tonight, he's been such a great help on my music journey. Mr. Fitchie, I've had the pleasure of being in symphonic winds for the past 4 years, and it has been 4 amazing years. I've gotten to see who Mr. Fitchie is, both as a musician and as a person, and it's truly inspiring. Your leadership throughout this program has served definitely as a role model and how I aspire to be. And your conducting, it is my favorite. Every time we go somewhere else for like an honor band or something like that, I'm always like, I need Mr. Fitchie back here. So thank you so much for that. And last but certainly not least, Miss White. I remember seeing you for the first time on 8th grade field day, or when we played in the courtyard. You took a solo, and that was amazing. That was the first time I heard you play, and wow, the rumors were true. And then freshman year, I had the opportunity to be a part of First Edition, and that was so incredibly amazing. Even though you probably couldn't hear me play a note because I was playing so quiet. And then sophomore year, being able to play at Midwest, even though the Cold Duck Time recording was a little interesting. Playing at Essentially Ellington last year, playing at Gin this year, and with Mr. Gordon tonight, all these amazing opportunities that you have given us has been so incredible to be a part of. And not only getting to play in your band, but also getting to know you as a person. This is especially evident over the past couple years when we all face difficult times, but you especially, you face difficult times, and you always showed up there to be with us, and you always showed up with a smile on your face and ready to play, and that was so amazing. I can't even tell you. Also, your musicality, your work ethic, and your passion. This November, I was talking to Ms. White. She said she didn't have a free night until December 23rd because she had a gig every single night. I can't imagine that. Your passion and your cow jokes. Always great. And I do want to say I'm so excited that you're staying. I was really worried, but I'm so happy that you are. So thank you all for these incredible past 4 years. That's truly something I'll remember forever. Thank you all.
Let's give it up for our seniors. Yay!